cheat sheet. Cold froth. Fill spindle pitcher with skim milk to the second mark on the bottom. I don't care if a customer is asking for 2% milk or not. This is just froth. That's all we're doing is we're building froth. You want to use the skim milk. It comes out a lot better. The second mark, right there. You see these little 3 indentions? Second one up. So, I know that I have an iced latte and iced cappuccino. The first thing I do, just like the other way, is froth my milk. So I'm going to put my skim milk to the second line. I'm going to go to my spindle over here. It's got a little latch and a hook. I'm going to put this up underneath here, stick it on there, turn it on, and walk away. And right now, my cold milk is frothing with cold froth. It's not hot because we're making a cold drink. We need cold froth. So I'm making my cold froth. While that's going, I'm going to go ahead and run my shots. Because we use fresh shots. So pull it, purge it, knock it out, grind it in, wipe it out. 1, 2 pulls. Good tamp. Wipe it off one more time. Make sure we don't get the teeth dirty. And double shot. So, what size am I making? It can be a 12 ounce, be whatever size. So I need a cup of ice, 12 ounce. And I'm going to get a 16 ounce too. Got my cups of ice. With a cappuccino versus a latte. 2% milk is what most people want. If they wanted skim, this would be where they would request, you want skim milk 2%, maybe they ordered breve for a cappuccino versus a latte. So if I'm going to do the cappuccino, I'm going to put very little milk in it. Versus a latte, I'm going to put a little bit more. Like that. Because I need to leave room for my espresso and my froth. Just like the other steam one, this one we will have to wipe off. All this is froth we're adding to it. So you see how much milk to milk, espresso, and then that's a little bit of milk with froth. It's froth from there up. So a cappuccino versus a latte, this is how we would make those. And like I said, it's something to where with the latte, you're going to put more milk in the bottom of the cup. But realize you have to leave room for your espresso to be poured on top of that. And then it layers it like this. What if you're doing a mocha? Well, if I was doing a mocha, I would put the sauce in with my espresso, mix it up, and then pour it on top. If I was doing a vanilla latte, I would just take my vanilla, I'd measure out my ounce, and I'd put it in the cup with the milk at the same time because it's a syrup. A syrup going into a cold drink will mix in just fine. But if I put a sauce into a cold drink and it's not hot, it's going to curdle up and stick together. That's why we always stick it in with the espresso and then pour it on top. I'll do real quick I'll just do an iced mocha. Just to show y'all that real quick. So I got my pitcher, skim milk, fill it to the second line. Underneath here, start. Run my shots, espresso. Urge it, knock it out. Wipe it out. Grind in, pull out. Good firm tamp. Bring it off the edges. Run my espresso. That is going. 16-ounce cup of ice. Milk. Don't want to put too much or it'll overflow. Just something to watch for. There. Got chocolate. Oh, my chocolate's almost empty, but I'll get the gist. Okay. Now mix it up. Gotta mix it up really good in here. I think there's something wrong with that skim milk because it's definitely frothing very poorly. So I got it good and mixed up. A little bit of froth, not much. And then so now what it does, this is my mocha. The chocolate hits the sides and kind of catches it a little bit, but it's all mixed up in there because I mixed my chocolate up inside here. There's not chocolate left over in this. Hot, that way I stirred it, got it good mixed up, poured it on top. This would be an iced mocha. It's got a little bit of froth on the top of it. Any questions with that? Nope? Okay. And before I start, I always submerge it completely down. Then I turn my steam wand on, and then I slowly lower my pitcher until I get to where I hear a little hiss, and it starts to rotate the milk around in a circle. And then at that point, I'm going to stay at that point, and whenever the hissing goes away, I'll end up dropping the pitcher a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And the reason why is because as froth builds, it's going to go up above the steam wand, and then it will stop the building of froth if I don't lower my pitcher to go along with that. When I hit a certain point, if I'm making a latte, it's like at 120. I'm making a latte, when I hit 120, I'm putting it down, not all the way to the bottom, but I'm putting it down to where at that point, I'm mixing the froth and the milk together. If I'm doing a cappuccino, I usually have to do it a little bit longer, and I'll wait till about 130, 135, and then I'm submerging it a little bit, and I'm getting the milk to rotate around in the circle. The ultimate goal is to get that rotation going, or else you're not going to build a creamy, smooth froth. So we should always make sure that when we're frothing, when we hit that desired temperature, we raise the pitcher. That way it's not building froth anymore, but it's not all the way to the bottom, because if it's all the way to the bottom, it's not going to rotate. You want a tornado, twister. The ultimate goal is to get that milk and that froth rolling so that it mixes it together. So you always build your froth at the very beginning, Then you submerge your wand, and you're going for, like I said, turning it over, mixing the froth with the milk to get your microfoam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give y'all an example, and y'all will be able to hear. Y'all can't see so much, but y'all will be able to hear the differences in making good froth versus bad froth. I'll show y'all the differences as well. So, pitcher selection, I'm going to use this little small one right here. And skim milk. I'm going to fill it up right here, this little fill line. Right there. Got my thermometer to where I can view it. I need a rag. There we go. I'm right-handed, so I always have it with my thermometer right here at the edge so that I can, if I leave my pitcher up there, I can always go back to it and look at it and see where I stand as far as my temperature. So I'm going to take this guy right here. I'm going to purge my wand, the Matador and the Bull. Make sure that I get that good clean. Now I'm going to start off with my pitcher completely submerged, or the wand completely submerged. I'm going to turn it on. I'm not frothing anything. Not frothing, not frothing, not frothing. Oh, there. There we go. Now I'm frothing. Lowering my pitcher little by little. I hit my 120, so now I'm going to raise it because I'm frothing for a latte. I hit 140, 145, and now I stopped it. And it is trickling up to 150, 155. So it jumped up almost 10 degrees. I'll take my milk, and I'm going to rotate my milk around a little bit. I can also hit it with the counter a little bit to make a really creamy, kind of whipped creamish type froth. And that's what you're going for. It needs to be like whipped cream. Versus, let's see, another picture. Something. Hear that? Terrible. I can hear this from a long ways away and tell when somebody does not know how to froth milk. And then you have this. Because I didn't do it right.
Sassy.
That's why I'm showing you the sound. The noise difference was quite a bit different from that first one to the second one. That is an easy way to tell, as well as watching it. Something in what is the main difference, or what is one of the big factors is, with this microfoam or small froth, it's a lot more condensed. You can always tell that you have good froth when you can stick a straw or a stir stick in it and it stands straight up. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to take my really creamy stuff and put it in there. You can see that's like whipped cream. That's what we want. And I'll take, let's see if I can find another one. And we'll put this stuff in. Let's get a stir stick. See that? And you can do something like this. Maybe you gotta stick straight up. Stir stick might work too. Nope, not gonna do it. Whereas info. So the microfoam, the really, really creamy stuff, is going to be so condensed, the milk is going to be so fine, that it keeps it stuck in place, versus the bubbly stuff, which has got all this room for air bubbles and all that stuff, to where it will not hold up a straw or a stir stick or anything like that. So that is a good telltale of how's your froth. What you're looking for versus what you're not looking for. Any questions on that? No? Not at all. So if you heat your milk and you're at 170 or above, go ahead and pour out all your milk, because milk has a very distinct taste when burned. Pour it out, it tastes horrible. So it says 178 is burning. I say anything over 170, it needs to be poured out. You went way too hot. So that is absolutely something you should watch for. We talked earlier about calibrating the thermometer, which goes hand in hand with this. We talked about that. The best milk for making froth is whole milk. Whole milk makes the best froth. Some other things. Want to always make sure and realize that for a hot chocolate versus a cappuccino, some drinks you're just heating milk. So if I'm making a hot chocolate for somebody, and I get my hot chocolate, I'm going to do half and half 2%. I don't have to froth this. So I'm going to do half and half 2%. And I have to use a thermometer because the temperature still applies. I will purge my wand. Put my milk up in here. And I might, for just a second, froth it. And then I'm walking away. I can see the temperature. Let me go make my drink. I have other things to do. I can do that. Walk away from it perfectly fine. Because for a hot chocolate, I don't need froth. I just need to be able to make sure that I don't burn my milk. All right. After wipe, purge. Just heated milk. And like there might be a very, very, very thin layer of froth on top. There is. It's really, really creamy. But it's not much. I mean, it's very, very thin layer. Because I just, at the very beginning, made a little bit of froth, and then basically I set it to where it would rotate the milk. So it put that little bit of froth and it rotated it so the top was going to be really creamy. But like with a hot chocolate, you know, you can do one in-house very easily. I want to say it's, how many pumps? Hot chocolate has 2 ounces of chocolate. So of this guy, y'all know how many pumps? 2. 1, 2. 2 pumps. Stir stick if I have one. There we go. I'm gonna put always stir really, really good. I got a little bit of froth in here. Really creamy.